Tonight, defense attorney Alan Dershowitz, part of O.J. Simpson's so-called dream team 30 years ago, is now defending convicted sex cult leader Keith Raniere. Now, Raniere, convicted on sex charges and racketeering nearly 4 years ago, is in a federal prison here in Tucson, and Dershowitz claims the justice system is failing his client. News for Tucson's Eric Fink has a story you'll see only on 4.
3 years ago, Keith Raniere was sentenced to 120 years in federal prison. He is serving his sentence right here at the U.S. Penitentiary in Tucson. He met face-to-face today with his lawyer, Alan Dershowitz, for the first time. After that meeting, I spoke to Dershowitz in an exclusive interview. Dershowitz says evidence in this case was doctored. Keith Raniere ran NXIVM, a shadowy self-help organization that investigators describe as cult-like. Back in 2020, Raniere was convicted on a number of federal charges, including sex trafficking, sexual exploitation of children, and racketeering. Raniere was convicted of turning some of his victims into sex slaves and branding them. For the last 2 years, lawyer Alan Dershowitz has been working on Raniere's case. And now Dershowitz says his client deserves an evidentiary hearing or a new trial, claiming a crucial piece of evidence was doctored to make a young woman appear underage.
And the evidence here, according to the experts, seem very compelling. And nobody should be allowed to languish in prison essentially for the rest of their lives based on tampered evidence and based on a refusal to give a hearing.
Raniere is now 63. Dershowitz argues his client deserves due process.
And it's our job to make sure that he gets his due process and make sure he gets a hearing. If the evidence was tampered with, this is a major scandal and major bad mark on the justice system. And the American people have an interest in making sure that our justice system is never tampered with.
At his sentencing back in 2020, victims and their family members telling the judge that Raniere knowingly tried to destroy women's lives. At the federal prison complex here on the east side, I'm Eric Fink, News 4, Tucson.
Still ahead on News